First and foremost, before we get started, I like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rekah Kwadash, and double honors to those great millstone, while lunch is truth, and also to those elect that scattered abroad. I like to say, Shalom. Come back here today with another great, powerful lesson, the spirit and the power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And the type D lesson is Watchman report, new strain of bird flu in California. So I like to say shalom to all our listeners and learners. Hope to sweep you today and guide you back in the path of righteousness and back to your true power, which in fact is Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. So before we start today's lesson, I have a quick news article here by The Guardian. We're only going to read the title, but if you get around to it, look this up. And also, I have a video to bring it out with more edification. So it reads, it says, first outbreak of rare bird flu strain reported at California Poultry Farm. It said discovery of H5N9 came alongside detection of the more common H5N1 on the farm, leading to 119,000 birds deaths. So we already know that California had been in the news for some time about these so-called wildfire, also these earthquakes. Now another new strain of this H5N1, bird flu. So we've been hearing about this for some time. They're already saying that it could be another pandemic, instant repeat of 2020. So we already know we're not ignorant of Satan devices. We already know this man is getting ready to come down with great wrath. So they also is saying that that they said they had to put down 119,000 birds. They was put down. So we already know that this is going to lead to food shortage. Also, it's going to lead to hyperinflation on these dairy products, and also poultry and meat products. So a lot of these things are coming at a fast pace. That what the sown places is getting ready to become unsown. And out about it, we know that we are fastly approaching a great time of trouble that we have never seen before. So, and also in the news is I heard about, also it's kind of a little bit off topic, about this new deep seek app that the Chinese have, and they're saying that it was rumors that it was possibility that it could cause the stock market to crash. So we read upon that time a great economic collapse, and also we already knowing that they said it was a lot of it's moving at a fast pace. And they're saying that this deep seek is ahead of the American AI technology. So we already knowing that Trump is saying he has introduced this new digital infrastructure, this new what is called a Stargate. Saying that they're introducing this. So we already know this is bringing forth this new beast system. Already knowing that it's going into the when you look it up, when you get around to look up, Big Brother is watching. So it's going into surveillance, going into these digital IDs, and also this right here is also another part of it. They constantly bringing things left and right. It's just coming like a domino effect. So we already know that they're attacking the food supply, to control the food, control the people. We're not ignorant of Satan devices once again. And also they keep telling you about an outbreak, a new strain, so they constantly bringing you these things. So we already know that, they can call martial law. They can call some type of lockdown or some type of black swan event. So, one thing, that's why the Lord set up Watchmen, constantly warning you all these pending dangers that is happening right before our eyes. So we seeing right before our eyes that this new system is constantly coming into play. They're setting up the NWO. We're seeing that happening right before our eyes. So a lot of things are constantly happening. More evils, and also in the news, been hearing about another winter storm is coming. Another Arctic blast. Cold weather, and also snow and ice. It says coming around February the 6th. So we're gonna constantly be watching. One thing about it, we're constantly standing on our watch, and we'll stand on fire for Yahweh, by Shimei Shai. So we already knowing that right now, this once again gonna cause what? Food shortage. Also, it's gonna cause a disruption in the food chain line. So these things are fast approaching at a fast pace. This man is bringing all sorts of what order out of chaos. These things are constantly picking up left and right. So we're keeping our eyes. All the things that's happening around the world. It's time to seek the Lord while he can be found. So we already knowing that, the Chinese came out with this deep seek. And also we seeing that they constantly coming with this new strain of this bird flu. Also we knowing what's going on the border. So many things to keep up with. We can't hardly keep up with, but through the spirit and the power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, we're going to constantly make it happen. So we know that, a lot of people, there was, buying a lot of eggs. I've seen a couple of videos on that, so it cost of this bird flu. So, you don't never know what this red devil gonna do. Everyone gonna have to come, it's an outbreak, you gotta line up, you gotta come down here and take this for that and this for that, so, we know that hokey pokey is getting ready to come back into play. So right now we know that, they had to put down these birds, and also they were saying other animals, so it's a new strain in California. So, California's been a hot topic, so we already know that they are slowly turning California into a what you call a 15-minute city, you know what I'm saying? So these things are coming into place left and right, and one thing about it, that's why the Lord constantly warning you left and right, and that they shall know that a prophet was among them. So this is the only little news article I have for right now, but so we seeing, through the spirit that these things are constantly picking up, constantly attacking the food supply. So they keep, telling you, that, hey, we have an outbreak in this. We had to do away with so much poultry, had to do with so much beef. We don't even eat pork. We don't give a damn about pork. But so they constantly doing away with the food. Constantly, bringing forth a disruption. This what order out of chaos. In the middle of the Lord, we're constantly warning you left and right. Also, this winter storm, this deep sea, also what Stargate, so they're bringing forth this beast system. Big brother is watching, the surveillance, AI, dealing with your biometrics. These things are coming into place left and right. Total control. These lockdowns are coming. And also we know that martial law is fastly approaching. Also, we already know that they're having a military buildup. Also, down there on the southern border, and also with rumors that the cartel got into a shootout, with some of those soldiers down there. I don't know whether it has been confirmed or not, but it's been reported. So we're gonna measure the time diligently in that. So once again, let's read this once again. This article here, when you get around to it, look it up. It's very a lot of good information here. It says first outbreak of rare bird flu strain reported at California poultry farm. So you already know, they burned these poultry plants down. They burn up a lot of these food processors. They shut them down. So, destroying the farmland. So we already know that this devil is constantly, destroying the earth. But the Lord said he would destroy him that destroys the earth. So we constantly seeing this man is constantly moving with warp speed. So because he's seeing that his days are determined, he's seeing that his time is very short. So we already knowing that, we feel through the spirit that DJ Donald Trump is going to be the NWO president to bring forth this through the spirit and the power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. So we seeing that these problems are constantly speeding up just like clockwork. And we're so very excited. So rejoice ye heaven. So now, let's get this quick precept. Then I have a few videos, and after the video, we'll start the lesson. Let's see here. Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and verse 12 said, for man also knows not his time, as the fishes that are taken in a even net. It said, as the birds that are caught in the snares are a trap, so are the sons of men snared in a evil time when it falleth suddenly upon them. So that's exactly as getting ready to happen, that evil net, this new world order, this Jacob's trouble, these things are coming, the hour of temptation. We're constantly warning you left and right. And out by the Lord constantly tells us, warn them for me. So let's read this in the NLT, it's at Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and verse 12 it said, people can never predict when hard times might come, like fishes in a net or birds in a trap. People are caught by sudden tragedy. So that's exactly what's getting ready to happen. So a lot of our people right now gonna get caught up in these evil nets and these snares and these traps. You know, it's faster approaching. These evil are constantly growing around us left and right. More evils, more plagues, more sorrow, more death and destruction. In the middle, Lord, we're constantly warning you left and right. You know, and also this deep seek could bring forth this great economic collapse. The end of the dollar is the end of America. So now let's start today's video. And after the video, we'll start the lesson. And I hope that you will get edified.
This rare strain of bird flu that's now been discovered here in the U.S., where it's been detected, with egg prices already skyrocketing, and new questions tonight about how quickly Americans are actually getting the information on bird flu that they need. Here's Ariel Reshef on that.
Tonight, as a fast-moving bird flu outbreak sends egg prices skyrocketing.
$14.99 for eggs?
Word, the U.S. has now detected a different, more rare strain of bird flu in California. According to a new global health alert, that farm was forced to destroy nearly 119,000 birds. Last week, a farm on New York's Long Island had to kill 100,000 ducks after an outbreak. And in Illinois, Cockadoodle Farm lost 3,000 hens in a matter of days.
We're like, oh, maybe it's environmental, or, and the next day hundreds were gone. And we're like, this is something.
Despite 67 human cases of bird flu and 1 death, there has been no confirmed person-to-person spread. Just days after Donald Trump took office, there are questions about missing updates on bird flu. Health agencies have been ordered to pause public communications until it's been reviewed and approved by a presidential appointee. Former White House COVID response coordinator Dr. Ashish Jha is urging the new administration to take bird flu seriously.
The biggest lesson from COVID is if you get on top of things early, if you do surveillance, if you do testing, it doesn't have to be disruptive. And that is what I'm worried we're going to make the same set of mistakes.
And David, multiple sources tell ABC News that a new report on bird flu was among those that was not released by the CDC last week because of that communications freeze. David?
Ariel Reshef tonight. Ariel, thank you.
America's bird flu crisis showing no signs of slowing, with new cases just this month emerging in nearly 25 states, and for the first time in Philadelphia. Health officials there are warning people to keep an eye out for sick wild birds and stay away from them. The fallout felt at grocery stores, where shoppers are finding empty shelves and higher prices. The cost of a dozen eggs surging 65% from a year ago. Since the outbreak started in 2022, the avian flu has impacted more than 135 million birds, and now a growing number of other species, including skunks, bears, and cats.
There have been more than 24 cases in cats since early December. How are cats contracting the bird flu?
One could be from a raw diet. One could be from if they're an indoor-outdoor cat and they're interacting with wildlife.
Health agencies now encouraging pet owners to keep cats inside. The FDA also calling for caution from pet food manufacturers, urging them to take processing steps such as heat treatment that are capable of inactivating viruses.
So China has the United States shaking in its boots, so much so that the stock market crashed this morning. Their new AI model that's similar to America's own ChatGPT, called DeepSeek, triggers a global sell-off. They're saying that this AI model is way more efficient and it takes way less to run. And it got America in shambles. This app was released last week and is already breaking ground. The app is number 1 on Apple right this moment. And of course, this is a smack in the face for America because America put so much behind ChatGPT. A lot of people are saying that China is way more advanced than America. Way more advanced than America. They're saying that DeepSeek, the leading Chinese AI lab, is set to outperform ChatGPT in all angles, in all ways. So, what I'm saying is, what do you think? How do you think America is going to come back from this? How do you think this is going to affect America? Because once again, China is trying to prove that they are the head in technology. Easy.
So we're seeing that nations are rising against nation, but one thing about it, we already know that they're imagining a vain thing. So that last video was a little bit off topic, but I brought it out through the spirit as something that need to come out. So we know that we're fastly approaching the implementing of this new system, this new beast system, and also what that grain of rice. We're very close. This devil is getting ready to roll with warp speed. So now I start here just rolling in the spirit once again. Let's go here to Ezekiel chapter 7. Ezekiel chapter 7. Let's start up at verse. Let's start up at verse. See where I want to start up at one moment. Let's start up here at verse 6. Ezekiel chapter 7 and verse 6 said, "An end is come. The end is come. It watches for thee. Behold, it is come." So that's what we constantly witnessing. We constantly seeing, right before our eyes, these last days of this wicked queendom right before our eyes. So we're seeing that right now that these things are prophetic, very biblical. And one thing about it, mental law, we're constantly warning you left and right. But so all the unbelief and all the I don't think this is going to happen. It's not right here. Let's read this once again. It said, "An end is come. The end is come. It watches for thee. Behold, it is come." So one thing about it, we already know the day of doom is fast approaching. You know what I'm saying? It's obvious and clear. Let's read it in NLT. It said, "The end has come. It has finally arrived. Your final doom is waiting." So it said, right here it's kind of going off a little bit, but we knowing that we read at it. You know what I'm saying? The end has not taken place yet, but we know that we're very close. We in that process. We seeing that the Lord is is constantly showing us. He said that we're at the beginning of a sorrow, but the end is not yet, because these still a few more prophecies. Still got to come out. To be fulfilled. But we are right there. We are very excited. It says here, verse 7, it says, "The morning is come unto thee, O thou that dwellest in the land. Said, the time is come, the day of trouble is near. Said, and not the sounding again of the mountain." So we already know right here that, that, hey, the day of trouble is near. And one thing about it, we already know that, a lot of things, events is getting ready to take place. The house of mirth. A lot of people right now, you getting ready to see things that you have never seen before. In the middle, Lord, we constantly warning you left and right. It's right there. That all hell to break loose. Let's read this once again. It said, "The morning is come unto thee, O thou that dwellest in the land." Said, "The time is come, the day of trouble is near, and not the sounding again of the mountain." So we are very close to that time. Man, we are so very close. The Lord is getting ready to bring forth judgment like we have never seen before. Let's go back here. Let's go here. It says, verse 8. It says, verse 8. It said, "Now will I shortly pour out my fury upon thee, and accomplish my anger upon thee. And I will judge thee according to thy ways, and I will recompense thee for all thy abominations." That's what the Lord is getting ready to do. So we know a judgment is already begun. And it said, "First my judgment will start at the house of Israel," and also the Lord is getting ready to also repay these heathen nations, started with Esau, Edom, in the modern day so-called white man. We're at the end of this man, a reign of terror. And also we know that we're in that transition to power, it's taking place right before our eyes. So let's go here now. Let's see here. Let's see what else I want to get anything else out of here. Let's go here. Something else I want to get here. Let's go here to Second Ezra chapter 6. Let's go to Second Ezra chapter 6. Just rolling in the spirit. It's not meant to be a long lesson tonight. Not meant to be a long lesson. I got to pull up this app. I got to find this other app. Shoot. Let's go here. Second Ezra. What happened to that app, that Bible app? I had another app here. Salakia. There it is here. Let's go here to Second Ezra chapter 6. Let me see here. One moment. Second Ezra chapter 6 and verse 22. So we seeing that the sown places are getting ready to become what? Unsown. And let's see here. Let's go here to verse 22. Second Ezra chapter 6 and verse 22. Salaki for the moving around. It says here, Second Ezra chapter 6 and verse 22 said, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. So we're seeing that they constantly, little by little, slowly, gradualism, constantly destroying the what? The food supply. They started with the chicken, started with the beef. Or we had to unalive this many amount because of this, because of that. We seeing these things that constantly happen. Or we have a shortage of this. That's why we're telling you about it will be food shortage. It will be cyber attack, rolling blackout. So we already know where all these things going to lead to. What? Sedition. It's going to be what? Insurrection. It's going to be what? A lot of what? Rioting. A lot of what? Civil what? War, civil unrest. So it's going to bring forth these things because it could keep telling you about this new strain of this what? So-called bird flu. Also other different viruses that they're saying that it's constantly what? Increasing across America, really across the world. And out about it, we already knowing that the Lord is causing these things to happen. We already knowing that he's using that left-hand side, as well as the right-hand side. So we already know that the Lord, he is in perfect control. So, these things we're coming upon a great economic collapse. Also, we're coming upon a new system, this new what? Beast system, going to be dealing with your biometric, this digital IDs. Dealing with your something else I want to say, dealing with biometrics. A lot of these things are coming into play. So, it's right now, it's right before our eyes. So let's read this once again. Second Ezra chapter 6 and verse 22, it said, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. So we already know that we coming, we constantly seeing a slow increase, a lot of prices across the board, fuel prices, food prices, and many others, hyperinflation is fast approach. So we already knowing that, they are racing to try to bring forth this system. We're seeing right now that, that America is constantly what? Circling the drain left and right. And also we're seeing that these evils are constantly growing all around us at a fast pace. And hey man, we cannot wait, man. We're so very excited. So one thing behind another. So now let's go to our last and final script. Not to be a long lesson tonight. Let's go here to Second Ezra chapter 16. I love Esdras. All of Esdras is beautiful. Let's see here. Second Ezra chapter 13. We'll close out here. Second Ezra chapter 13. Let me try to highlight some of this, man. Salakia. Get some of this together here. I don't know. I just like to read it. It's just, to me, it just flow better with it when it's highlighted here. Let's see here. Let's see what else I want here. We're going to just read, we'll break down certain parts of it. But let's start back up at the top at verse 13. Second Ezra, we'll close out here. It says, Second Ezra chapter 14 and verse 13. He said, now therefore set thy house in order and reprove thy people. Comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. So one thing about it, it's time right now to get your house in order. Examine yourself. And one thing about it, it's right now. It's time to what? To seek the Lord while He can be found, while He is near. And how do you do that? Through what? Through the mouthpiece, through His prophets. One making these video pistols, making these going out in the highways and byways, making themselves a living sacrifice. Also, examine yourself, making sure that you're in the truth. If anything that you feel that that you need to put in check, go to the Lord. Also, you got to be a part of the hopeful elect. That's what we all are hoping for, to be a part of that number when the Lord return, His great and glorious return, that we get delivered, get those new bodies, immortality, rulership, spiritual power. Salaki, I'm going into something else. It's just the spirit rolling. Also, it says here, comfort such comfort such of them as be in trouble and now renounce corruption. Now the Bible, we got to renounce corruption each and every day. Chant this place down, constantly walk according, walk in the ways of righteousness each and every day. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of time. Get your house in order. Get your mind right. Get up your loins. Verse 14 said, let go from thee mortal thought. Cast away the burdens of man. Put off now the weak nature. So right now, you got to put off these mortal thoughts, these carnal thoughts. You got to get spiritual, and one thing about it, you got to constantly, ask the Lord, to increase you, ask the Lord to give you the understanding. Also, ask the Lord to sustain you and provide for in these times of trouble. It's time to put on the whole armor of Yahweh, this gospel, this wisdom, man. You know what I'm saying? One thing about it, to put off the weak nature. You know what I'm saying? It's time to be spiritual. You know what I'm saying? And trust and believe in Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. So a lot of our people right now, they constantly thinking these mortal thoughts. They going on with their daily life, talking about the Super Bowl, this Mardi Gras, this wicked Mardi Gras down here in the South where I live, all sorts of wickedness. The Lord said, let go of that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And come back under your true power. So I'm talking to the Negroes, the Latinos, the Native Indians, so I'm talking to you. Return to your true power while he can still be found. And one thing about it, we're running out of time. And also you got to be a part of that remnant, which in fact is the elect. The Lord is only coming back for the elect this time around, but we know that all Israel will be saved. One thing about it, man, the Lord is doing a mighty work, man. We cannot wait. Verse 15 said, and set aside the thought that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. How long, O Lord? Cannot wait. Verse 16, for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. That's what we constantly seeing. It's coming. Fastly approach, constantly increasing. All hell is getting ready to break loose. All hell is getting ready to break loose once again. Evils are growing left and right. Amen. We constantly warn you. Verse 17 said, for look how much the world shall be weaker through age. So much more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. Verse 18, for the time is fled far away, and leasing, when you go into that word leasing, going into lying, is hard at hand. For now hasten the visions, the signs of the time, the prophecy to come, which thou hast seen. So right now, at the end it shall speak and not lie. It's not tearing anymore. It's not delaying anymore. So one thing about it, it's time to get your ass up, to wake your ass up, and seek the Lord right now while he can be found. And one thing about it, the men of the Lord are constantly standing on their watch, and we'll stand on fire for Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. So we're seeing these prophets that are constantly speaking right now. We're seeing right now the end is obvious and clear. It's manifesting right before our eyes. We already know that this devil is getting ready to come down with great wrath. And also we know that we're coming upon a time of trouble that we have never seen before. Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation. It's almost at the door. And one thing about it, it's time to what? Trust and believe in Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. And also we're constantly waiting on the great and glorious return of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. So the title of the day lesson, once again, is Watchman Report, New Strain of Bird Flu in California. So I'd like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua by Hashem Rekah Kwadash. I like to say, Shalom. Shalom.